Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to my channel. And welcome to Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches Round 7. And if you'd like to see the layouts on Instagram, it's hashtag 30DSCBL7. And this is a sketch we're using today. And I was tempted to do Christmas. I had it planned all along to do Christmas until today. Yeah, I'm going to do a different layout instead. And I'll be scrapping that photo of Charlie. She was showing me she had a tooth missing. And I will be using petticoats and pinstripe and that dear Lizzie 6x6 paper pad that's laying there. My circles aren't going to go in the middle. I'm going to move them all the way to the bottom and then move the photo cluster up a little bit and leave the cluster at the top. I punched my circles out at 1¼ inch and 2 inches. And I think it was 8 I punched out. No, 7, because there is 6 across there, maybe. One or the other, 6 or 7, whichever one it ends up fitting. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is 7 of them. I could have done that already, huh? But I'm going to put half of them, every other one, I'm going to put on foam tape just to give it a little bit of dimension down there. And then I'm going to, when I make my cluster with the photo, I'm just going to kind of tuck it underneath all that. And so I feel like it's as close to the bottom as I could get that cluster after I put those circles on there. I figured, since it's the last one of the month, I was going to try to stay as close as I could to the original sketch. But yeah, I just couldn't see putting those circles in the center. Later, after I got started, I thought I could use a different colored paper on the bottom half and I'd be a lot more comfortable with those circles across there. But since I didn't think of that while I was doing it, I just moved them to the bottom. With Santa and a sleigh going past all those different colored moons, it could be like different time zones or something. But I'm not using Santa and a sleigh. And I thought about doing a garland too after I got started on this layout. But yeah, I had it planned to do a Christmas one, a little different from this. But yeah, at the last minute, I decided to use this collection and this photo. Now, this photo, I picked Charlie and Reagan up at their great-grandma's one day, and I scrapped one of the girls on the bicycle that day. And it might have been Charlie. I'll have to double check. But yeah, I scrapped one. But after we got inside and they were getting their stuff, she was showing me she had a missing tooth. And what I generally did when they lose a tooth, we'd kind of have a celebration with ice cream because, lost tooth and feel cool on their mouth, and everything. So she was ready for ice cream. And I had some at home, but it wasn't vanilla. And all my grandkids love vanilla. So we went to Dairy Queen instead. So we had to drive back to town because her great-grandma is right along the way to my house. I'm cutting the strips for my cluster to the left of my photo, and the layout shows, the banners there, but it also has like a tag. I'm not going to have a tag. When I was flipping through that 6x6 paper pad of Dear Lizzie, I seen those clipboards and I pulled them out so I wouldn't forget. And one of them has 2 on there. And so I'm going to put on that the letters N and D to make it second. And then I'm going to put tooth under that. I started to put 2 teeth, like 2 teeth missing because, one is growing back. But I thought, well, since it is growing back, I'm just going to put second tooth, for second tooth lost. And then I'm going to make my title right above there. Yeah, I am. That's right where they're telling you to put it, right above there. Well, mine's coming down a little farther since it is a little longer than just 2 words. And I could have made a little tag, because I have little tiny dies, or just made one by hand, but that clipboard was so cute, I had to go ahead and use it. Oh, here's where I decided I better go ahead and put my ice cream on here because I overlapped that one a little bit and I thought, well, surely it'll fit. And it does. I put a smaller one there anyway. But yeah, it does. So I've got my clipboard going to the right. And I'm going to regret that later, but I'll have my title down and everything. And I'm just going to go with it. I'll have a little bit of regret, but then go with it. But the epoxy ice cream came from Freckle Fawn. And then the puffy ice cream is Sticko from Walmart. I love getting those Sticko puffy ones from Walmart. They're not expensive and they're really cute. Now, I kept looking back at the sketch. I had it laying over to the side. And I kept looking back at it because I wanted to get as close, even though I moved my circles down the bottom, as I could. And I put, well, here I am going to take this one up. And I'm going to misplace it, and it's going to be on my trimmer, but I'll find it pretty quick. Anyway, it has two horizontal rectangles going across the very top, and then the banners hanging from the tops of them. So the first couple of banners, 2 or 3, is going to hang from, well, literally the top of the layout. However, that second one is going to be in there, and then there's going to be a couple things hanging from it, and then that last, well, ornament on the original sketch is kind of coming out from behind the second one and down from the top. So I'm going to try to recreate that with my banners, which is a little bit different for me, but I liked it. And I kept glancing back over there just to make sure I got it right, since it was a little bit different for me. And I did notice my layout, my little cluster up there was kind of on the flat side. So in the end, I'll throw some enamel dots up there too, just to give it a little bit of dimension. I should have put something on foam tape though when I was doing it. And I am going to keep looking at it and thinking it needs something else. And I'm looking through my stuff trying to think about something. And I thought about an ice cream, but then I vetoed it. So I've decided to put the word smile there, and that die came out of a Maggie Holmes die set a long time ago. But yeah, it worked really good on there. It's nice and big. It's the biggest smile I've got. I think I've got 2 others. It's different, a little bit different. They're cursive, but they're different sizes. And this one is big. All her stuff in that die cut, in that die set was bigger. Bigger than I expected. I ordered it offline and it was a little bigger. However, I did order one recently that was a lot smaller than I expected. And I tell myself to look at measurements, and then if I don't turn around and not do it the very next time I order. But, oh, I needed something on the right-hand side of the picture. So I'm putting this, I'd looked at it earlier and thought I would go ahead and put the happy girl on there. However, I put it to the right, the angle, and then I thought, oh man, the clipboard's to the right. So I decided to punch out a heart and hang it off the side of the clipboard and tilt it to the left and hope for the best. Yeah, I thought, I don't want to move the happy girl to the left because then it's going to end up on Charlie. I didn't really want it straight up and down because the photo is. And so then I thought, well, the only thing I could think to do is add something to the edge of the clipboard just to give it a little bit of difference, because I couldn't move the clipboard either unless I moved my whole title. And guess what? I didn't want to move my whole title. Yeah, I'd already figured I actually got the title where it said to. And so, no, I didn't want to move it at all. Oh, and here I'm putting Heidi Swap Color Shine in Primrose on here. And it's a dark looking pink when you start putting it on. But of course, generally they lighten, so it is still a dark pink, but not quite as dark. But I do want to thank Christy for inviting all of us to join her. I've had a great time this month, got 30 layouts done, plus a few more for other things. So yeah, I've had lots of fun, and like I said, 30 layouts. And she picks great sketches to use. They make you think outside the box. Well, at least me anyway, because I have a tendency to go with my favorite, designs for the layout. And yeah, she makes us think out of the box, so I enjoy doing it. And like I said, she invited everybody that wanted to join, which is great. But yeah, that's it. That's my layout. Be sure to check the links out there down there below for Christy and all them. And if you leave a comment, I'll get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you who already are, thank you so much. But see, it's not a super dark there, but it's lighter now that it's dry because it was wet when I took the photos. Yeah, that's it. That's my layout. Have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. And check out Christy's Facebook group, 30 Days of Sketches by Christy's Beautiful Life. Bye.